I got an early start out of Bateman's Bay and almost immediately had these whales to greet me on my next day of travelling south.
This is Narooma. I'm just doing a little flyby because Heather has a friend who has just moved here. Micah, Carlos and their little baby boy Nico. Unfortunately, they're not in town at the moment, so they can't come and wave to me. But anyway, there's the little entrance to the river at Narooma. I've just pulled into Bermagui and fueled up 186 litres since Port Stephens. Anyway, it's a good fuel wharf, self-serve, and just there is going to be my berth for the next 2 nights. And I'm just going to leave the fuel wharf now and go and park over at my berth at the marina. So this is what the weather's been like for me coming from Bateman's Bay to Bermagui today. It was really only very light wind, so I mowed it all the way. It was only about 40 miles, so it was a pretty quick trip. It's, you can see the seas are nice and flat. A bit different to the previous 2 days where the nor'westers were getting up to, well, gusting at 35 knots, but it was very strange because the wind would sort of sit at 15 knots for 5 minutes and then blow at 25 knots for 5 or 10 minutes and just cycle between the two. So it was a bit frustrating and hard to really get a balance with the boat. But the entrance to Bermagui is just over behind that point. It's a nice deep water entrance. Got my marina berth and probably going to stay there for 2 nights and enjoy the town. Wait for a southerly to go through tomorrow. Sunday at Bermagui Marina, and this is why I booked the marina. There's a nice little southerly blowing, so cold, windy and possible showers, but there's always a positive. At least it's a good drying day. Sorry about the undies. Those fishing boats just come in. There's a few tourists having a look at the catch. They've just taken a forklift with a bunch of stuff, and there's some shark there. And nice flathead down there. Awesome, very fresh. I had flathead yesterday at the fish and chip place and it was beautiful. Just had a walk out on that rock in front of me there, and upon coming around a little bit further I've realised it really looks like a turtle. Funnily enough, I'm not the only one who thinks the same thing. I'm staring into the face of a fairly strong southerly, which is precisely why I'm staying in Bermagui to wait this one out. It should be dissipating overnight. So I'm looking down over the ocean baths, known as Blue Pools, and this is Blue Point. I'm just coming up to the Green Cape Lighthouse, and I've got just under 20 miles to go to reach Gabo Island. The lighthouse here was completed in 1883. It's 21 metres high, and was automated in 1992. Well, I'm currently crossing the border between New South Wales and Victoria. To the right is Cape Howe, and up on the top right is Gabo Island, just 5 miles away, which is where I'll be pulling in for a few hours to have a bit of a rest to do the next stretch to Lake's entrance. So that's Cape Howe there, and a bit further over is Gabo Island. Well, this is the little cove on the western side of Gabo Island. It's shown as an anchorage. I'm not sure what the bottom is like here. It's protected from the nor'easter that I'm experiencing at the moment, but I think I'm going to move on, just have a quick look here and keep heading west towards Lake's entrance.
I made myself some dinner and settled in for a night of pretty much motoring most of the way. I set the sails a few times but put them away, just trying to squeeze a few extra knots out of the boat, but there just wasn't enough wind throughout the night. But sunrise the next morning, and it was cold. Still no wind, and the I think the 100 miles that I did from Gabo Island to Lake's Entrance, I did not see one other vessel. It was a lonely night except for a couple of dolphins that I've pulled up at Lake's Entrance and fueled up at the public fueling wharf just on the way into this little bay area. There, got the dinghy still on the back of the boat, and I've just pulled up to this jetty, which is free. Gotta love Victoria. They're 48 hours, and I get to park here for nothing. There's no water or power, but it doesn't worry me. And straight across the road is Woolies, and when you believe it, the first thing I did when I got here was spotted an antique store, and that's right across the road, so that'll be the first thing I go and look at. But there are other berths further down that way, beyond those boats that you can see there, but I called the Port Authority, which manages the berthing for the area, and I went to voicemail saying there are no services today or tomorrow, call back on Thursday. So in 2 days time, when I run out of the free wharf, I've got to vacate for 12 hours. I'll pop down at the other one, and I'm right as rain, but I'm going to be stopping here for a few days because the weather's about to turn again, and I want a couple of decent days to get across to Deal Island and then over to Flinders Island. All right, see ya.